#1 recipes and flavor profiles that they love, and it's called cherry berry nut mix. And I will say, I've had these before. This particular one gives you so many great nuts. To me, this is a smarter choice. It really is. When you've got the munchies and you want to just sit there and eat and munch while you're watching TV or whatever you're doing, this is the way to do it. And we've got Jennifer Kovich joining us once again. Germack is a company that's been around for so long.
Yes, for so long. In fact, 100 years this year. So in
100 years.
Yeah, in 1924, we actually started as a pistachio nut roasting company. We introduced pistachios to the United States, and now, fast forward 100 years later, we are now 4th generation family owned and operated. Still have Frank Germack here with us. And what I love is that we're known for our refined recipes. We take all of those batch roasted nuts and then we partner them with things like chocolate, fresh fruit. And in this case, you are getting so much here because you can see the array of ingredients. What's best about this is because it's cherry berry, for the first time, we are giving you, this is the only mix that I'm aware of that we have in all of our assortment that has 0 oil and 0 salt. So if you're someone that is looking for that better for you snack choice, this is the one that you want to reach for because you're getting almonds, pecans, cashews, all in a natural state.
And by the way, 500 sets already gone. And you're getting 2 of the big containers. These are not the little containers. These are the big containers. You're getting 2 of these for $32.98. It is so worth it. I'm telling you, nuts are expensive, but a lot of times they're always covered in salt. Lightly salted, salty,
or sugared, glazed,
whatever. This is the way to eat it. Now, let's go through each of these ingredients and tell me why it's important that it's part of this this recipe.
Yeah, absolutely. So we really wanted to give you that perfect balance of sweet and nutty, if you will. So in this case, we're giving you the softer nut, which is the pecan. So it's perfectly balanced here with that nice soft pecan. When you bite into that, of course, you'll notice that it's not roasted. So it is natural, which means no oil and no salt. So you're getting that pure pecan essence there. But then it gets exciting when we add Michigan cherries. Now, we are from Detroit, Michigan. So we went right to our back door to give you these glistening cherries that are exceptional. I mean, look at that. They're so juicy and resilient, but look at how easy that is to pull.
They're not totally dried out.
That's right. If it was dried out or dehydrated, I wouldn't be able to do that, Mary Beth. And you can still see the color variation there, showing all of that incredible juice. And then we give you cashews. Now, a cashew that is raw, if you will, it must be boiled, otherwise it's toxic. So we have given you boiled cashews. Again, no oil and no salt. So you're getting that natural cashew, creamy and buttery, just naturally is delicious.
I love cashews.
We give you sweet and tart cranberries from Wisconsin. Just looking at them, you can see the vibrancy in that color, and it just makes you want to reach for it. So much like our cherries, look at the glisten here. I just have to show you. Look at those cranberries. I mean,
wow.
This is what every cranberry wants to be.
That's right.
You can literally see the juice on my finger. Do you see that glisten? Holy cow. It is so good. And then lastly, we give you almonds. So that perfect nuttiness. So we give you a softer nut, a creamy nut, and then a harder nut with, of course, the almonds.
And here's what I want you to know. 800 sets now gone. And these are the 2 big containers. I mean, there's a lot in these containers. You get both of these together for $32.98. It will take you a while to eat this because this is not just the tiny little chocolate chips or whatever. I mean, it fills you up because of all those nuts and everything. Here's the proof in the pudding. Next time you're in a grocery store, I want you to grab one of these containers of any other brand of nuts and you look to see what's on the bottom. And there's always salt. There's all the little, you know, I don't even know, ground up whatever. Sediment, that's the way to call it. These are clean as a whistle, and it's not just because that, you know, they put them in the thing clean, but it's the fact that it doesn't have all that salt. It doesn't have all that oil. It doesn't have all that sediment like a lot of them do. 1,000 sets already gone. the thing that I always say is always have a can or a canister of Germack in your pantry somewhere because you're going to need it. When people come over and your dinner's not ready, just pour it in a bowl. Put the bowl out there and a spoon and let people just help themselves.
Well, it's so funny because anytime, it's funny that you mentioned that, anytime that we host, we're now the house that people recognize us as, oh, do you have that great nut mix? I really want some more. Like they crave it when they leave and they expect it when they come to the house. So to your point of no sediment, Mary Beth, we literally pack fresh to your order. So not until I call Frank Germack today does he then go to work and then he roasts, or excuse me, not in this case, we're not roasting anything. So then he gets all of those natural pecans, all the natural cashews, and of course the almonds. He gets all those wonderful cranberries and the cherries and blends them all together. He puts them in the jars, and then we give you this freshness seal. Now this is that freshness seal that will allow this to stay fresh for an entire year. So as long as you don't peel that, keep it in a nice, cool, dry place in your pantry. But that's how we can assure that you're always getting fresh, you're always getting consistency, you're always getting those wonderful nuts. And this truly is what we're known for. Our customers come back every single time they see cherry berry on, they jump on it because, again, there's no oil and no salt. This is the better for you variety.
By the way, I do want to tell you, how many are ordered at this point? 1,200 sets already gone.
Thank you.
And this to me is like the perfect one for the summertime. You have people coming over and you say, boy, I'd really like to just have you guys come over for drinks or whatever. You put out these, you know, people munch, people, you know, drink a little bit. They've got some food along with their beverages. The other thing too is if you've never tried QVC, this is a great way to start because we're so confident that you are going to love Germack. I mean, we've been selling Germack for years, and like we said, they've been around for 100 years. And so truly, this is the way to do it. And we all know nuts are so good for us. The key here is not all nuts are really great for you because of the way that they've been baked or oiled or whatever, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's the difference.
And that is the difference, really. And I think that's the biggest reason why customers keep coming back to Germack is they know the consistency. This is what you see right here. We take all those nuts and roast them individually in huge coffee roasters. Does that mean that they're going to taste like coffee? No, not whatsoever. We just use those large coffee roasters to batch roast all of our nuts individually. But again, I do want to stress this particular mix does not have any roasting. So no oils and no salt. You are getting each one of these in a natural state. It's almost like the perfect one for around the holidays too, because remember my grandmother used to always keep a bowl of nuts out with the nutcracker, and I always loved the taste of a natural pecan and a natural almond and just cracking that open and eating it. I will never forget that for as long as I live, and that's the same experience you're getting here.
They were hard to get out. So now you don't have
the cracker and the pick.
Frustration trying to get the nut out of the shell or having the shells all over the floor.
Right,
you know.
this is a no
Julia,
mess.
Come on in. You know, obviously we've got almonds. These are the cranberries from Wisconsin. There's your cashews that have been boiled. We also have the cherries from Michigan and those wonderful pecans. And just so yummy. I mean, everything about it. You get the sweetness of the cherries and the cranberries and a tartness too. But also, like you said, the fact that you've got 3 different kinds of nuts.
Yeah, it's so good.
The cherries are my favorite thing ever.
I tend to pick out the cherries first.
I do. I can't help myself. But I love that every time you take a bite, it's never the same bite twice. But everything is so like divine. Like you can taste the freshness, you can taste the care, you can taste the love, and this is really a perfect, beautiful recipe.
And they do. It does kind of blend itself very, very well together. We're known for making refined recipes, so we start with one ingredient, and in this case, quite frankly, it was the cashew, and then we went to our cherries, and then we started building upon there. We wanted to give you that perfect balance of crunchy and you know, perfectly sweet and nutty, and then soft as well and chewy, and it really hits every note. And I love what you said earlier, Mary Beth, about keeping this for the summertime, because this is one that will not melt. So if you want to keep it in the car, take it to the beach, take it traveling, leave it in your camper, this is a good one for that.
Nice when you're hiking, camping.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it in a little baggie.
protein boost.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're getting that natural, like, good for you fat too.
Especially if your kids are doing sports and things.
Yeah.
Gluten-free, vegan as well on these. And I was just looking at all of the different things. It's not high in sodium or anything like that because of the fact that there's no salt.
Exactly.
You don't add salt, you know?
No
There's
salt.
no sugars.
And you're getting 2 pounds.
Just the sugars that are in the fruit.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
You're getting 2 of these?
Two of them.
These.
2
Big
pounds
ones
sent
for
directly
32.
to your door, fresh, again, packed fresh to your order. So we'll go to work today and send them right to your door, and there's no middleman. So it goes right from Germack to the customer. And it's also a great gift to give too.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, always have one ready if you're accepting guests or if you're being hosted.
Right.
So rather than a ball
Take it
of
with
wine,
you.
take something different. Take a jar of Germack. Yeah.
By the way, you know, it's hard to find pecans that haven't already been put into a pie or something, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good point.
1,800 orders already
pecans.
placed. But I will say, just to actually have a real pecan is so
special.
nice.
I love
Yeah.
pecans. Probably my favorite nut.
By the way,
like
we
that.
have a couple things that were that had the one-time only values.
Oh, yeah, going away in a
Can
minute.
we check those out real quick? One was the Silvestri sweets, the caramels, where you get 72 caramels for less than $20. The other one was from Jimmy the Baker.
A moment in time we have Jimmy the Baker. The sticky buns and the brand new strawberry buns at a crazy wicked good price, but all that goes away in about like 90 seconds.
So I'm going to run to my dressing room and quick place my